You're right. After he sold out, he did continue to call out the quality. What many people overlook or don't even see, period, is Colonel Sanders actually had the right to do that too. Brown and Massey had moved Kentucky Fried Chicken headquarters from Shelbyville, Kentucky, where the Claudia Sanders Dinner House stands today, to Tennessee. Uncle Harley was furious over this, and my understanding is Massey resigned because he had plenty of other successful businesses under his arms, and Brown decided to move it back to Kentucky, this time putting it in Louisville, and then putting Uncle Harley on the board of directors for food and quality control, which was then giving him a raise from $40,000 a year salary for being the spokesperson of the brand to $75,000 a year salary for being the spokesperson and being on the board of quality control. So then he went around, he made sure franchises were operating accordingly. He would shut down the ones that weren't meeting standards, and he would correct the ones that wanted to learn more, because some of the restaurants refused to learn. They just wanted to cut corners. Those ones got shut down. The ones that didn't do it right, he would teach them how to do it, and eventually they'd get it. He very much cared about his quality. The flour, he wanted the right flour used. He wanted the right seasonings used. He went as far as to have 99X created for the Claudia Sanders Dinner House, but he liked it so much better than whatever Huelblein. After 1971 came around, Kentucky Fried Chicken was sold to the company Huelblein, an alcohol company. Huelblein was doing something that Uncle Harley didn't like. The quality was changing, so he went around and gave this other recipe, 99X, a similar variant, but not the recipe, to 200 franchisees. This sparked a lawsuit in the 1980s between Mary and K Spices and Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I believe R.J. Reynolds purchased it from Huelblein, and then PepsiCo purchased it from R.J. Reynolds. But Uncle Harley knew what his quality would be. He was taken to court over it by the Bowling Green franchise in Kentucky as well. The judge threw it out, said Uncle Harley would absolutely know what his quality would be because he's the founder, and he is allowed to criticize that. The last interview he did with Jim Baker in 1979 before he died in 1980, he said it didn't sit well with him when people told him that they made changes to his recipe, if they stretched out the ingredients with the flour or even if they changed the flour. He believed it depreciated the value of his product. He was one of the only people that you would meet. They don't make them like this anymore. If he was around today, he'd been the one person that you would have met that actually cared about the quality over quantity. He didn't necessarily care about making the money. He wanted to make sure what people were buying was their money's worth.